Good afternoon, folks. Despite random bots showing up, we are live once again. I want to test something out, so let me get everything switched over and we will go ahead and get started with the gaming stream. Alright, give me a black background because I have the game minimized. First, I'm going to turn on BGM. That's a little loud. I see Red Dragon's here. What's up, Red Dragon? Give me one sec. There we go. No Man's Sky's got some cool music, but I've heard it a lot, so I'm just going to be putting on a custom playlist. I want to test out something with the commands before we load the game up. Let me try it in chat. Okay, I think it's working. I changed the Discord command after having a couple bots jump on and just spam that immediately. The Discord command is different now. Now it should work if I do this. There it is. New command is !SB Discord, which should cut down on the amount of bots that jump on since they can't see the Discord or the command list, I don't think. But we'll see if that helps a little bit. Alright, let's load up the game proper and get started. There it goes. Red Dragon asked, why not just place Discord where you in Twitter when you put about? Well, then people would be able to see the link. I don't want people to see like the actual Discord link publicly. That's just asking for trouble too. I'll bet you some of the bots are set up to be able to find that by looking at profile information too, which is gross and scummy, but I think it'll be better just to keep it by command. All right, let's see how the in-game sound effects sound. Doesn't look like it's too loud. That should be good. Alright. So, we've never looked at No Man's Sky before, but we've definitely talked about it. So, a bit of history with this particular game, for me. I think with the recent update that dropped last week, I want to say. There's going to be a lot of people that are currently playing it to check out the new content. I have been playing this game since launch. Way back in 2016 now. This game's been out for a while. But I have not been playing it constantly since launch. In fact, let me stay from that. I've been playing the original game since launch. I had a save. My first save was probably like 100-something hours in the early updates. And I really enjoyed the game at launch. But since then, I've been playing off and on as the updates have come out. And it's probably been like a year and a half since I've played this game. And so a lot of the newer content I have not seen. A lot of the graphical updates I haven't seen. The new world gen stuff I haven't seen. In the update before the one that just came out, they added customization for ships, which is something I really wanted. And so I figured, since it kind of fits the theme of the space type stuff that we play here on this channel, and it's a good opportunity to get back in and see what's new, I figured we'd do a playthrough on the channel here. We'll see for how long. It will become one of the new long plays alongside SMT. And I would encourage anybody who's never seen the videos about No Man's Sky to check them out, because the development art for this game is one of the most unique in gaming and one of the most uplifting stories of a property and a developer that I've ever seen in a sea of scandal and terrible companies doing terrible things. The story of No Man's Sky and how it got where it is now is really fascinating. And I say that as a person who enjoyed the game when it came out, because I didn't follow the hype for it. I knew nothing really about it other than it was highly anticipated. So when it came out, I wasn't disappointed because I had no expectations. And it's only gotten much better, much more complex, and more interesting since that disastrous launch. And so the premise of the game, for folks who might not have seen it before or heard anything about it, is a space exploration game in the broadest sense of the word. You play as a character or the traveler who's dropped into this world without much explanation. And last night when I was testing to make sure the game would run okay with my setup, I did the first few quests to get the ship and get off world. This isn't the planet I started on. It's pretty streamlined. You can do that in the first hour. And in the past, it used to take a bit longer for you to be able to get your tech repaired, get a ship, and then get off planet. And now it's much quicker. And I say this as predators are circling the wagon here, trying to eat me. But in being dropped into this world, you explore, find bits of lore to explain sort of where your character comes from and the whole galactic story and lore of everything else, which has been fleshed out over all of the numerous updates. And along the way, you'll upgrade tech, you'll meet other life forms, and the world is a lot more populated and alive now, and do things like acquire ships, acquire carriers, freighters, and there's a lot. There's so much content that I've never even seen, and so we might as well be playing this game almost completely from scratch. Another thing to point out, this game can be played third person like it is now, or it can be played first person. I've played them in all of my time here in first person, so for the sake of trying something new, we're going to go third person, so we'll be more over the shoulder of our character here. But right now, since landing on this planet, we need to find copper. We are looking at repairing and or upgrading our existing tech in order to be able to make progress. And so I just unlocked the terrain manipulator, which lets us deform or mine large portions of the terrain. We need to get copper to build the next piece of tech. This right here is your starter ship. It's, I think, standard model, like it's found out, and you have to go and gather materials to fix all of its different parts so that you can use it. And it looks like I am out of takeoff fuel, so I can't even go anywhere if I wanted. So what we're going to do is go and see if we can find some copper and work on the objectives. Looks like there's some over there. Okay. Another thing they added in the recent updates is more complexity with the creature generation, which is really neat. These very detailed, sort of bug-like creatures. This is just a passive one. Really neat looking. The complexity has gone up considerably since the initial launch of the game, where a lot of the monsters look kind of like, not bad per se, but simple, procedurally generated. So you had a lot of things that looked like they came from Spore, of all things. But now the world generation, the life form generation, and everything, including just the graphical fidelity, has gone up. This game does not look like it did when it first launched. By premise, it still looks the same, but the presentation itself has been upgraded greatly. which is pretty cool. Nothing. Could take a look at these wrecked modules here to try and find nanites, which can be used for upgrades later. And so as we get into the early part of the game, I'm going to be primarily focusing on the objectives so that we can get more tools and get things that allow us to explore more. I'd like to get a good ship. The starter one is garbage. It handles like garbage, doesn't have a lot of offensive firepower, but it's free. As we proceed, we'll be able to do things like unlocking customization for our character, be able to customize our outfit, armor and gear and whatnot. And a lot of the cosmetic customization upgrades are also something they've fleshed out quite a bit. And these big sort of golden deposits are copper. So if we use our terrain tool, we can gut out these veins. Grab whatever's here. Alright, that's good enough. So it's asking us to refine copper into chromatic metal. I wonder if I can still call my plane or my ship even though it's out of launch fuel. Nope. Alright, probably don't want to wander too far from that then. That means we'll need to create fuel, take off fuel. Now, kind of similar to like a Minecraft arc in early No Man's Sky, as you're just working on the starter objectives and getting situated. There's a lot of resource gathering and trying to mine whatever you can find. But as you unlock more tech and get more items and tools, you start looking at things like automation, and base building is something I think they're guiding us towards building our first base, which I don't know if I'm going to stay on this planet. We'll see. It's kind of cool. Purple grass, a mix of water and a lot of hills. First planet I started on when I booted up a new save was a very, very hostile frozen planet. Did not want to stay there. Okay. From our building menu, we can drop down this thing. This is a material refiner. If we drop in fuel and material, this thing will just run off on its own and start refining the material into its component. In the meantime, if we look at the different tabs here in the menu, this is our suit storage, our ship's storage, which this thing does not have a ton of space. Wonder if we can move some of this garbage in there. Each one of these little squares is inventory space, which is decent for now. Let's offload some of this garbage we picked up. Sell it later. So, launch fuel, we need metal plating and dihydrogen. Metal plating is ferrite dust, which is pretty common. Just comes from rocks. So we craft a couple of those, then we'll be able to take off in our ship. Oh. I do not have a weapon. I think that's probably going to be coming up soon on the objective list, is getting a weapon. Because we have no real defense. We can use our mining beam to zap life forms, but it does not do a ton of damage. I think I'm just making it mad. Alright, get out of here. Red Dragon asks, is the starting world random? I believe so. I think there's a certain parameter list for the world it starts you on. But the last couple saves I've done, it started me on a kind of inhospitable, hostile environment world. Either acid rain, fire, or ice. And I don't know if that's intentionally part of the initial world gen just to get you started. I think they want you off that planet as soon as possible so you can start doing like the exploration. That would be my guess. Let's see. There is a quick charge button, but I don't remember what it is. Oh, there it is.
Technology recharge.
That is, what button did I just hit? X. So X gets us into the quick menu. Alright. And Z is base construction. Alright. And G swaps the function of our hand multi-tool. We did get a crystal fragment. Storm crystal. It's a rare crafting material. Let's hold on to that for now. Okay, so it wants us to build a base computer, which is why it had us refine this. I want to find a better location to build a base. Not in the middle of the hills. So we need a little bit more iron. Now, Red Dragon, have you played this before? I know we've talked a little bit about it. But did you play this game when it came out initially? You want some? It's coming right for me. I also want to get into a spot that doesn't have a lot of roaming packs of predators. At least not till I get a weapon. Okay. Refiner should be done. We should be able to craft plating.
Technology recharge.
Now we have takeoff fuel for launch thrusters. We can't get airborne without that. Okay, chromatic metal. Red Dragon says I played it a couple times. Okay, how far did you get? And when was it? Since they've updated so much and added, it's kind of crazy. In 8 years, the amount this game has changed is pretty insane. Alright, so now we are airborne. I'm not going to bother renaming the ship because as soon as I get a chance to get something better, we're going to get something better. But we'll go first person for the ship interface, especially when it comes to combat. It's what I'm used to. But the handling on the starter ship is not good. It kind of handles like a giant brick in the sky. It's not maneuverable. It's not fast. It's got basic weaponry. We'll want to upgrade that as soon as possible. Red Dragon says around launch date, didn't get off the first planet. I remember when this game first came out, the series of objectives to get you from like where it spawns you in and get you off-world, it's a lot slower compared to what it is now. They really streamlined the initial process. Like I think it was a few hours before I had what I needed to get off-world in the original launch. Versus now, again, it was less than an hour before I was flying around in space like this. Alright, let's find a good place to at least get the next part of the objective done. Just needs to be kind of open and flat and not surrounded by tons of angry life forms. Mind those. Okay, we could put this here. Probably pick everything up and keep going. So I don't know if I want to do a more permanent base here. We'll see. Just tweaking the volume real quick. Alright. Wants us to search computer archives. Which gives us our basic basic plans for constructing different structures in the base building. Okay, now it wants us to construct a basic structure. No, this looks a little bit different. I think they changed the kind of interface for base building. What we could do is just create a really rudimentary sort of shelter here. You could do some super neat stuff with the base building later on. Oh, we need carbon. But you need the materials to do it. Carbon comes from... fix that. Organic things. Like they recommend just chopping down trees. We can do that. Hopefully we don't run into any more predators. Alright, that should do it. Well, it's a big boy. A bigger version of the one I saw before. Wait. Really need a weapon. We need to keep an eye on our life support. If we die out here, then we'll have to get kicked back to the last respawn.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Red Dragon says, this is one of the games I thought of for a co-op, but I thought your MS would trigger. The co-op stuff in this game I haven't done a ton of. I've done some of the objective expedition-based things, but a lot of that's changed. I have no idea how like a lot of the co-op stuff works now. Okay. Oh, it's a heat storm. I don't think I got enough
Thermal protection
carbon.
falling.
I need a ceiling. Oh, here, roofing. Okay. Okay, well,
Levels stabilizing.
that counts as shelter, but we don't have a door. It's fine. We're basically just building a really rudimentary box. This is the kind of history record of the last entity that was using all of this tech.
Thermal protection falling.
Blueprint device. Okay. Could have sworn there was. Here's the containment. Where's the door? Oh, here. We need more carbon. Okay.
Thermal protection falling.
Let's see if we can just chop down some trees before the rain kills us. I don't think that's acid rain. Whatever it is, it's ticking down our environmental protection rather quickly.
Storm clearing. Temperature levels stabilizing.
Fortunately, the storm instances are relatively short in duration. You either have to seek shelter or outlast them, and then they'll go away. Okay. Oh, it is automated. It's a clear panel. Thought it was a gap in the door. Alright. Well, we don't have any lights or anything, but... At least we have shelter. Now we need magnetized ferrite, which is more iron dust. This will just be sort of like a temporary base. We can drop all of our important stuff here. Chances are, once I'm finished with the objectives, I'm just going to pick everything up and move on. Our various tools and equipment need to be recharged with natural resources that show up in the environment. So our mining beam, which we'll be using primarily, is recharged by using carbon. Our life support requires oxygen. Environmental protection requires sodium, or sodium based items. Hey. Didn't really need a gun.
Technology recharge.
Okay, we want to throw ferrite dust in here. Let's see. Create. That's going to give us pure ferrite. Okay, we've got to basically double refine it. That's right. Take the raw dust, convert it to pure ferrite, and then refine it again. Okay. In the meantime, what else we got? These sort of pillar looking things are knowledge stones. They teach us the different alien race languages, which we'll need as we start encountering other alien life forms. We won't be able to talk to them unless we start learning their language. That's 2-1. Now we need carbon nanotubes, which is from organic material again. 50. We'll cut down more trees. Oh, look at that. That is something we haven't run into yet. It's like a big plant dinosaur. Eventually, as we sort of branch out, we'll be upgrading different components of our tech. So more effective mining lasers. Eventually we'll get weaponry. A whole bunch of different weapons. Ow. Where'd that come from? There are a lot of hostile predator animals on this planet. There's another one. We haven't seen this one yet. Big horned hippo? Now it's dead. Okay, we got what we needed. So now it wants us to drop down a blueprint device. Or construction research unit, rather. So we can find salvage data from buried technology. And this is our tech tree of things to unlock. These salvage modules allow us to unlock different parts of the tree here, which gives us more things to build. So teleport module is nice. You can basically port from different bases. You can have bases on different planets and whatnot, and this will allow you to just jump from them. And now it wants us to look for buried technology. Using our visor in sort of scan mode here, it'll tell us when there's stuff buried underground. There's a lot. Okay, you can check that out. Oh, E, you can place a marker. And now it shows up on our main screen, so as we're running towards it, we can see our distance. And because we filled the booster up on our ship, now we can call it to our spot wherever we need to. But I'll want to double back to the base area and pick up all those structures and not just leave them there. Okay, with the terrain manipulator. We could take a look at things that we unearth by digging them out of the ground, essentially. There, that's what we want. Buried technology module. I might as well grab our language things while we're here. Oh, that's way out. Okay. Is there anything closer? Not really. Using our visor, we could scan flora and fauna to upload into the big database of information. And we get money for doing so, which is nice. Poison plant.
Toxins detected.
I think what I'll probably do after I grab whatever's buried here, I'll just call my ship and fly back to the home base instead of hoofing it everywhere. Oh, plant. It's a very hostile planet in general. These harvestable? Nope, not without a hazmat gauntlet. Alright. We'll be getting that for a little while. Okay, where is the marker for the big spot? Oh, there it is. There we are. Little modules look like those kind of cylinder things, which allows us to research things on the tech tree and base building thing I was showing off a second ago.
Warning. Incoming
But
storm.
everything's over there, so we're just gonna call the ship over and fly back. Okay, I thought it would show. There it is. Okay, the icon's on the header thing at the top. We want our base location, but it doesn't. There it is. Got it. Way in the distance, thing looks like an igloo. That should allow us to research the teleporter. We can also research new components down here, which require us to unlock the prerequisite, and then it's the same type of tree.
Item received. Thermal protection falling.
Okay, got a teleporter now. Base can be renamed. Let's call this Space Beatopia. I'm just gonna uproot everything when I'm done, but eventually when we have a more permanent base, that's what we'll call it. And now we need more iron. I hope it points me towards the objective of looking for a weapon next.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Okay, there we go. So this planet has somewhat frequent storms, but they don't last a terribly long time. We've traveled 10 kilometers. 10,000 kilometers. We need 4 things of metal plating. Alright. Wonder if I can use my... Yep. So that'll pop the rocks, but we don't get all of the individual drops, so I guess that's not worth it. Now we need 4. Oh, I might have enough. Nope. Six more dust. Takes 50 per. Yeah. Be nice once we get a much better mining laser. We'll just carve stuff up really fast, but in the beginning you just have to sit there and fire a laser.
Technology recharge.
I think they added more multi-tool and weapon customization too. I want to say it's been 3 or 4 updates, maybe 3 updates since I last played this game. And each one is focused on a different aspect of the gameplay, whether it's exploration or world gen or creature generation or the multiplayer aspects. Each one is different. The one that just came out last week is part of what they're calling the Worlds update, Worlds Part 1. So that tells me they're doing kind of like a series of upgrades, and the one we just got was the first of however many parts, we don't know. There we go. And now we need carbon for carbon nanotubes. Oh, we had more than that. No, that's condensed carbon. Ah. Can we refine that? Wonder. Yes, that will turn it into regular carbon. I guess we can do that. Save some time. In the meantime, chop down more trees. No, we need multiple. Okay. Occasionally we'll see squadrons of ships flying over. They're usually headed towards an outpost or trading hub. Once we get the ability to travel a bit more efficiently, we'll be able to check out some of those places to meet other life forms. I think some of them give you sub-quests. There's more things to interact with as we go. We needed 2. And now it can build a base teleport module. I should have made it a little bit larger. I don't know if you know if the thing's going to fit in here. Barely. Oh, now we need to power the base. Okay, gotta research that. And we don't have enough. We need to go get more salvaged modules to research that one. Okay. There's one. There are also terrestrial vehicles we unlock a little bit later into the game when we don't want to fly around in our ship the whole time. There are things that make transportation and getting around planets a lot easier. There's like a four-wheeled all-terrain vehicle. There's a much faster and a light scout vehicle.
Technology
And there's a heavy tank.
Technology recharging.
Getting those is pretty interesting, and I think you can customize the vehicles now too. There's also a mech. It's too bad Lava King's not here. There's an actual mecha suit you can get, but I've never used it. Okay, we need to dig here. Are there any more? Not in the vicinity. There's one over there. No, that's not that far away. And so I think what I might do for this playthrough on stream compared to some of the other ones, I will probably be playing this offline as well. And so there'll be progress being made both on stream and off stream. And I'll kind of figure out what I want to do. If there's a lot of grindy or farming type stuff, I'll probably do that off stream and do the progress based stuff on stream. Because the game is pretty interesting, but depending on how quickly you're moving from objective to objective, the pacing can take a little bit as far as stuff happening in the game. And it's kind of a cool feature. Basically, since there's so much to see and do, you can play through the game however you want, create your own objectives. You want to go exploring, you can just build your tech and your items up for exploring. You want to go out and get into fights, you can basically become like a bounty hunter and chase down criminals for money. You want to be a commerce merchant, you can take advantage of the economy and start looking at making lots of money. It's very kind of open-ended. And then there's the specific event-based instances for the expeditions, which we'll probably check out at some point once we get there. And you can get things like cosmetics and unlockables by doing the events, which is neat because you don't have to pay and drop money for stuff like that. You can earn a lot of really cool customization cosmetics just by playing the game. Okay, we need metal plating, more metal plating plus oxygen. Shoot more rocks. There we go. Eventually, once we start gearing up more of our tech to explore, we start checking out things like the space stations. We see a lot of the NPCs and the central hubs, which I believe now just show multiplayer. You can see other people running around. how many do we need? Oh no, we got what we need. Okay. Now it's going to have us go about powering everything. And so the biofuel reactor, we'll need to throw some sort of consumable material in there to power it. But it also said we need to research wiring, and that's free. There we go. Electrical wiring. And I believe placing them is free too. I guess we can add carbon.
Technology recharge.
There we go. So wiring we have to place from the generator itself to whatever components are being powered. Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, wow, we're cut off. There we go. Now the teleporter's online. We can jump between bases if you had multiple, or space stations, which we haven't discovered yet.
Base computer online.
Okay. I think we gotta head towards the space station now. Alright. So we have a couple options now. We can either pick up everything and take it with us, or we can leave this as a temporary base for now and come back. Maybe we'll leave it since... Although, I need to keep an eye on this thing. It's got 49 hours of burn time left? Okay. Not using a ton of power, so I guess this thing is good for a bit. Yeah, we'll leave everything here. Come back. Ultimately, we'll want to select a spot to have a more permanent base, but for now, we'll just come back. It's gonna ask us to go into space next. Oh, is that one and done? Oh, I burned through my launch fuel really fast. Okay. Well, let's keep another one on hand for now. space station itself is over here, the yellow hexagon. So we can actually use our pulse engine to go into hyperspace. And one thing I was reading in the latest update, they retooled how these space stations look. They used to be kind of just a big geometric box, but now they're very detailed. Look at that. That looks really cool. If we get close, it should auto-path us in. There it goes. And then they revamped the interior, what these space stations look like on the inside as well. So now we can interact with some of the NPCs. Looks like this is a Gex station. Little avian beak penguin gremlin looking guys. Like that. Let's see what we can find from the NPCs here. That is guild missions. We don't have those unlocked yet, I don't think. This is a trade terminal. We can buy things. Each system has its own economy. Different things that are valued in different amounts. And so like I talked about earlier, if you wanted to go the commerce route, you could totally be like a trader, gathering large quantities of things and flying between systems and flipping them in different price points in order to make money. But it doesn't look like I'll grab anything of use there yet. This is the terminus. So using this, we could actually just port back to our base instead of having to fly there, which is nice. This stuff is all new. This did not exist last time I played the game. This is customization for our ship. And so you can do things like upgrade your ship. You can salvage things in order to break existing ships apart and reconstruct them to build new ones. This one does not have anything at the moment. And this actually does the construction. I really want to mess around with that once we start getting more established and get more resources, because you can basically build by component your own ship and outfit it and customize it. It's really neat. And you can have a whole bunch of them once you get a freighter. And here, what we can do is we can upgrade our appearance. And these are different base skins for our character. Ooh, that one's cool. This looks like a Big Daddy from BioShock. A diving helmet. There are 3 races. There's the Gek, which look like this. Oh. One on camera. There you go. It's mouse wheel. So there's the Gek. There's the Vy'keen. These big kind of brutish looking creatures. And there's the Korvax, which are these robot Daft Punk looking ones. I think these are probably my favorite. They look really cool. And they all have these very futuristic like robot helmets. I'm gonna stick with Anomaly for now. Oh, that one has eyes. Technically, that one does too. Let's go with the diving helmet. Oh, we could change the body shape. That wasn't there last time, I don't think. Normal, kind of short stack. In the middle. This is more lanky, I guess. This one's more in the middle. We can go with this one. And we can actually customize. Ooh, that one's cool looking. The helmet itself, and there's more we can unlock at a later date. Let's go kind of canonical colors. I won't spend too much time on customization. But kind of get it to match my base color palette for my model. Yeah, that's good for now. Maybe I'll tweak it a little bit later. Hey, what's up, buddy? Because we don't know a lot of the language, we get little fragmented bits of the conversation. Huh. Okay, that's a bit of information we didn't have before. Okay, I think it wants us to port back to base. Upgrade our inventory to Exosuit Technology Merchant. That is... Which one is that? This is the cartographer, I think. Yep. Mission agent. Where is the actual upgrade person? Oh, it's more than one floor. Probably here. This whole layout for the space stations is completely different. Oops, I hit the mic. I'm kind of curious to see if it changes in different solar systems, depending on which faction controls them. If there's different kind of layouts and how they can show up. Okay, this is what we use our nanites to upgrade. We buy different things that we slot into our suit to upgrade its capability. And some of these are expensive. Movement. That looks like jetpack. Jetpack, shields, life, environmental protection. Okay. I'm gonna save my nanites for now. Yeah, this gives us a free upgrade to our exosuit at each station. I forgot about that. Is it free? Yeah, this isn't free inventory slot. Alright, so you've got suit upgrades. This is multi-tool upgrades. So for these slot into our tool, and we have things that upgrade mining beam modules, a scanner, things for the weaponry, which we don't have. I should try and buy some weapon function while I'm here. So if we want to augment our tech, there's that. And oh, there's just a weapon here. Destroyer of Supplication. I'm pretty sure this is going to be better. But can we afford it? How much is this thing? Right now we've got this little hand tool here, which has no armaments whatsoever. This one has a plasma launcher, so like grenades and a mining beam. Really? Doesn't have anything else on it? Well, it's 3 million units. We've got 5,000. So we'll most likely have to find a new weapon. Oh, there's another one. This one has an optical drill. Upgrade for the mining laser. Also no armaments. This one's a little cheaper. Could exchange it for 1.8 roughly. Looks cool. It's kind of like a carbine. I wonder if... Oh, okay, here's actual upgrades for the tool that we're currently carrying. I think you have the ability to take multiple ones now. Back in the day, you're locked into one, pretty much. But I thought the weaponry has to be unlocked. Well, either way, we can't afford any of that stuff. This is ship upgrades. In much the same way, you have different modules that you install into your ship to upgrade its parameters, but our one right now does not have a ton. Reactor. That is the reactor core. Okay. Launch thrusters. Weaponry upgrades. So much like all of our other gear, different things we can install to make our ship better. And this is vehicles. We don't even have vehicles unlocked yet. Exocraft. Same deal. Mobility, energy, or weaponry type upgrades for a terrestrial craft, which we don't even have. Okay. Not much to be done here for now. I guess we can port back to our home base. we have to decode the message that we got, figure out what our next objective is. There we go. Now it's giving me an objective. In space? I think so. Is that saying 21 minutes away, 5,000 cosmic units, I think it is? Okay, I guess we should make sure we're geared up.
Technology recharge.
I should make a couple of these so we can take off and get on and off world relatively easily. So I need more metal. We also need hydrogen. Hydrogen and iron for the launch components, looks like. Yeah, be careful for hostiles. We can grab carbon ore here too.
Technology recharge.
I didn't realize those give oxygen. There are these hostile plant vine things that'll slap you if you get too close. There's another one. Like so. In the upper right is our energy gauge for the mining beam or whatever else we're using in our hand. Oh, hello. If we fire it for too long and that gauge fills, it'll overheat. I think you have to wait for it to cool down. That requires a decent amount of the ferrite dust. I'll see if I can get enough for 2 of those launch things, and that should be good for now. Eventually, when we get a craft that has slightly better rated boosters, then it'll last a bit longer. Okay, that's better. think I'm going to transfer that over, keep it in the ship inventory. Now the question is, what else can we dump in there for now, just for storage, free up some carrying inventory space in our suit. This is... oh, this is information you can look at. A lot of these more rare substances we can just throw into our ship for storage for now, since we're not actively using it. Okay. Before we move on, I'm going to go refill my water bottle real quick. So I'll leave everything here. I'll be back in 1 sec. All right. I've acquired more water. Okay, I see. It's not one and done. It's 25%. per takeoff or summon. I believe if I call the ship, it will consume its takeoff fuel as well. Okay, we're not going off planet, just across planet. Okay, we'll touch down nearby. Okay, so the visor will tell us in what direction we need to head. So that way, towards whatever our target is. Oh, cool. That's what the beacon looks like. Oh, we're kind of far away. I guess I could have landed closer. It's alright, we'll just hoof it for now. We can always call our ship. Microprocessor. These canisters require an item called an Atlas pass in order to open, so certain things are locked. Whoa. I think that might be our target. Oh, we can grab that over here. Could always use more of those modules. About halfway there. That looks like a wrecked freighter. Make sure we keep our life support topped up so we don't suffocate. Scan those. Not those. Red dot means we have not scanned the life form. The flora or fauna, I believe. It might as well. Gets us free money. Hey, follow from C Chano. Is that how you say your name? If it's not, please correct me. Thanks for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay. Alright, this is our target. C-Channel says, you actually got it correct. Oh, first try. Hooray. Usually I butcher people's names. So, much appreciated. Are you a fellow No Man's Sky player? Oh, we got a drop, a beat redeem from Red Dragon. We could do that real quick. Let me go ahead and pause the BGM. And see how loud is the ambient audio from the game. Maybe I'll mute that too, just so it's not super loud. So for the drop a beat redeem, whenever someone redeems that, I've got to stop what I'm doing and improvise a beat on the spot, which requires headphones. C-Chano says, No Man's Sky hurts my brain and soul. I find it very, very interesting, but it's big. It's like going swimming in the ocean with the vast amount of content in it. And I was telling in the chat earlier, this is the first time I've played it since maybe 3 or 4 updates ago. So a lot of the stuff that we're looking at in a fresh save is brand new to me. Kind of like starting the game completely from scratch. But it's been fun. All right. Let's come up with something beat-wise. All right, headphones are off. Music is back on. And we resume. C-Chano says, the planet I started on had acid rain. I hear you. When I started this save yesterday to get a head start on the stream today, I started on a very hostile ice world with frequent blizzard storms. It was brutal. We have left the planet, and now we're on this more temperate planet with tons of predators everywhere. I need a gun. I need some sort of weaponry because things keep trying to eat me. Hopefully we'll get something soon. Hyperdrive. Okay. We'll need a hyperdrive to get out of the planetary system. Right now we can only go between worlds. And to that end we need more processors. C-Channel says, I started playing yesterday for the first time. Any tips? Oh, okay, so you're brand new to No Man's Sky. I gotcha. Tips. I would say focus on upgrading your tech as the kind of game kind of guides you through initially. And then once you get a chance to upgrade tech that'll let you leave planets, try and seek out more advanced upgrades and eventually get a better ship. Her Dragon says, don't die. Yeah, watch out for hostiles, be they hostile sentient life, or just predators like on my planet here. I really want to get a better ship because the one we start with is pretty trash. But once you get a good ship and start putting upgrades on it, you can do things like get into dogfights in space, and you can get around planets easier. Oh, advanced mode with terrain manipulator. See, Chano says I got to a second planet and then got eaten by a T-Rex with horns. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd say more than 3/4 of the things on this planet are hostile. I'm a little bit lucky in that none of these big ones here are aggressive. And that one seems to be glitching out a little bit. But some of the other ones are kind of like wolf type swarmer pack animals. That's why I also recommend getting a weapon. Either finding one through a wrecked base or something, because the ones you can buy are kind of expensive. Alright, what do they want me to do? My terrain manipulator. This is just a general tip. We need to craft stuff for hyperdrive next. But we don't have the processors. Oh, we did. I think we picked them up from one of the chests. We might have enough to just install it straight away. Alright, where is it? Another tip. I don't know if the game, when it tells you, but I'm playing on PC, so I'm going to be kind of describing PC controls. If you hit X, you get the quick menu, which lets you do things like quick charge your different resources, like your mining beam, your environmental protection, life support. All that stuff can be done via the quick menu. It's over here, it looks like a battery. You can also call your ship. So if your ship is far away and you have enough launch fuel, you can just call it over using this thing that looks like a little beacon. You just tab over to that, click on it, and then select your ship, and you can call it under your position. It just has to be kind of flat and clear. That's really handy. You don't have to walk all the way back to your ship every time. It's just, you've got to have launch fuel in order to do that.
Technology installed.
Okay, now we need 4 more of these. Alright. We could buy microprocessors. Okay, so it's asking us to sell some stuff. We can buy them outright. We need 110,000. Jeez, that's a lot. Okay. Another thing that I don't know if the game... It shows you the tech and kind of explains it, but doesn't explain the importance. Once you have your visor installed and you hit F on PC to go into scan mode, if you see a life form with a red dot like that, you click and hold left mouse and you will scan them to identify them, which uploads them to the Galactic database, and you get paid out in money every time you scan something brand new. So just scanning this giant cool looking bug thing gave me 3K in units. It works with animals, and it also works on plants, flora and fauna. Let's see, where's the nearest tree? Scan a tree. 500. Nothing really that high, but it's just free money. Let's see, another tip. We were talking about economy earlier. The different value of things in different systems can greatly change. So just because certain commodities worth something in one system, I know there's a methodology to it. I just forget how to identify it. certain things are worth more in other galaxies, so it's worth shopping around when you want to sell stuff. C Channel says, I've been doing that. I was trying to scan the T-Rex when it ate me. Yep, that will happen. Okay, it wants us to go back to the station. We could go to another planet and scan stuff. Let's go back to base and just port to the station instead of fly there, waste fuel. Oh boy. Another thing that's nice about the later craft is their turning and handling is a lot better. This one is very slidey with the tethered controls. It's functional, but it's kind of clunky. As you get better maneuverability on ships later, their turning becomes a lot tighter and easier to manage. In addition to being quicker, more nimble. Ooh, space? It is base. Let's see if there's anything worth grabbing here. We could scan minerals too. In fact, I should probably do that because again, it's just free money. Also, you want to grab buried modules whenever you see them and they're not super out of your way. You can use them for technology unlocks. Okay, it's a little far away. Should be right on top of it. And that'll give us tech modules. So a couple options. We could oh, no, that's a rock. We could keep exploring this planet, or we can go to another planet and look around and also scan a lot of more things for money. Or we could try and sell stuff at the station, which I might do first. I have a lot of random stuff cluttering up my inventory. But first we'll see if we get anything good here. Channel says, going to other planets scares me because I'm scared I'm going to run out of fuel. One thing you can do when you're on a pretty safe and manageable planet for your ship is build a bunch of these Starship launch fuel. This allows you to get on off-world with your ship, and they're pretty cheap. You just need some metal plating from ferrite and hydrogen, which you get from the blue crystals that are kind of all over the place, just littered. And so I usually try and keep a couple of those just stashed on my ship. That way if I need to go somewhere, I don't run out and get stuck. We did pick up another processor though, that's nice. What we got here? Oh, the number puzzles. If we can successfully crack the riddle behind the encoding here, it'll tell us something handy. So it looks like it goes 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. And then 24 times 5 is 120. Where's my calculator? Yep. And so it should be times 6. 120 times 6. $720.
Yeah.
So this is going to tell us the location of something important. See, Channel says quick maths. Yeah, I'm not good at quick maths. Okay. Ooh, that's an abandoned ship location. Alright, we can definitely use that. We should be able to salvage parts from a wrecked ship, which we can use to customize our current one or a future ship that we want. Oh, that's off-world, isn't it? We don't want that one. That's our main objective at the space station. We want that one, that red exclamation point. That's on world. That is very far away. Okay. In order to get there, we can actually kind of warp around the planet using the pulse engine. Yeah, that'd be bad if getting the riddles wrong caused some sort of punishment. That would happen frequently. Alright, this should pop us over a lot closer. Much faster to go out of orbit, zip around the planet using our pulse engine, and come down on the location. Unless I wanted to be flying in one direction for like 8 hours, which I don't want to do. Alright, what we got? Looks like an explorer. Hotzer of the Ether. B-class ship. Where does it say the actual designated class, though? I want to say this one's an explorer. Okay, so we can't really utilize that without having to fix it first. Yeah, it's nanites. But I thought I read there's a way to salvage. Oh, we can claim it. Which just means we take ownership of it and we can switch to it once it's actually rebuilt. But how do we break it down into parts to use? That's something I haven't seen since that didn't exist last time I played this game. Do we have to claim it and then fix it up? Or if we claim it and then go to a station, does it count as being in our inventory and we could break it down? Back to the question. Well, we can claim it. But it's basically dead. Whoops. What was that? Oh, this makes it our main ship too. That's one thing I didn't think about. So I don't think there's a downside to claiming it, but our other ship, where is it? There it is. I think we own both, but it switches the primary to whatever one we just claimed. So if we jump back in our regular one, it changes to a primary, like so. But I don't think we can do anything with this other one while it's broken. I guess we'll find out. I've got to go to the space station anyway, so I'm just going to leave this thing here for now. And then I'm going to go port via our base, and then we'll see if we have the ability to do anything with it once we get onto the space station, look at the salvage menu. Yeah, I didn't have the option to just salvage it on site, Red Dragon, so let's go back to the station and see what options we have now that we've claimed ownership of the busted ship. I know if you buy a fully functional one from an NPC on space station, then you can immediately like scrap it for parts and use the parts to customize your current one. But I don't know about a busted ship, so we'll find out. If I can't do anything with it, I'm just going to hold off because it would take a lot of resources to fix it. I could just, maybe I'll just jump. Maybe I'll just jump to the station instead. Where is it? Yellow hexagon, where are you at? There you are. Unfortunately, there's no space AAA. That would be an interesting thing to add to the game, though. The ability to, like, open up your own repair business and fly around, like, helping people out that had crashed and charging them money. Alright, it actually gave me the quest objective because there's a hyperdrive on that wrecked ship. So it gave me the objective, but we don't have a hyperdrive still. So we still need to accomplish that in order for our ship that we're currently using to have that function. Alright, let's see what we got here. So you can Melt ship into scrap, but I'm pretty sure this is your primary. So we'd have to fix up the one we found and bring it here in order to get its parts. And this is the construction menu. Once we have all these different components, we can build our ship the way we want, which is really cool. The fighters, haulers, and explorer types. Okay. Well, that wrecked ship won't give us anything right now. Guess we'll see what we can sell. We need like 4 more processors. They're 27,500 each. Ugh, not cheap. And we can sell directly from our ship. That's nice. I'm going to sell like this living slime, viscous fluids, all this other stuff we've got from the random chests. Crystal fragments sell for 6.6k. That's not bad. Oh, we're just shy of being able to buy 1? Okay. I wonder if it'll let us accept quests from the guild yet. Nope, we are not legit enough to take quests from the guild. That's annoying. It did say to look in the log for recommendations on making money, but we kind of skipped that. We also need to craft the actual fuel for the hyperdrive, in addition to the hyperdrive itself. Oh, I see. You guys are talking about Star Citizen. Red Dragon says it's a bad game. I have never heard of it. Oh, it's over here. This is general upgrades? Guild items. Okay, yeah, well. Yeah, we can't do much of the guild stuff yet. C-Channel says, I played it when it was free, and for the amount of space it takes, not that great. Oh, okay. Oh, that does remind me. Again, I need to remember to do this whenever somebody new pops into the stream. We do have a Discord. I had to change the command because we kept getting bots joining and spamming Discord and joining, and then spamming people. But if you feel so compelled to hang out with some other chill folks and also see updates on the projects I'm working on, feel free to join the Space Bee Discord. In there, you'll find a record of all the stuff that I've posted as far as art, links to my music and stuff that I make. All that stuff is there. Alright. I think we need to go make some more money via scanning things. Maybe go to a different planet. That'll probably get us money faster. Z-Channel says, graphics are great, but it's super grindy to the point it's painful. I see. I don't mind the grind on games as long as there's a good return for doing so. You know, if it's a really boring gameplay loop and you get nothing out of it, I don't find that terribly interesting. I think this was the one we started on over here. This is the Blizzard planet, I'm pretty sure. But we didn't scan anything. We didn't even have a scanner. I guess we can go look here. Now that we've got a bit more tech, maybe we'll be able to find some stuff of value here. Red Dragon says, the grind I don't mind, it's the red flags when the game isn't even finished yet. Is that an early access title? It's still being developed? Oh, that's the... That's pointing me towards this planet? I can't tell. I think that's pointing me off-world, isn't it? I guess we can look since we're close. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out later, Red Dragon. Thanks. No, that's on-world. It's just far away. Oh, alright. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we'll go for this objective. Might need to do a bit of work to upgrade the hyperdrive stuff. I'll probably look at doing that off stream before we wrap up for today. That way next time we stream this we can have some more forward progress. But in the meantime, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, nothing, pretty much nothing here should be scanned. I guess we'll do this first.
Thermal protection falling.
Starting here was pretty brutal because the environmental temperature is so low, it already starts ticking down your hazard protection. And they get blizzards like every 5 minutes. Not fun. Oh, bet that's a target. Scan. Nope, scan that one already. See, Chano says, I've yet to find a planet that isn't hazardous. Yeah, I hear that. There are some really cool, like, just moderate temperature, not high environmental factor planets, but then it's like high sentinels. So sentinels are super aggressive. These Space 5-0 will be right on you if you like harvest something or open a chest. We'll swarm you. And there's some more rare planets where it's just pleasant. Good place to build a base. Uh-oh. Whispering eggs. Those will hatch some very unpleasant things. Let's not touch those for now. I don't have a weapon.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Free language. C channel says, all I find is radiation or acid or the planets are trying to eat me. Yeah, once you get some better tech later in the game, it's kind of cool to be kind of like geared up and then go create a base on a real hostile planet just because you can. But until then, it's a little bit of a risk because everything's dangerous. Ah, the blueprint for antimatter. Okay. So we have the formula for it, but we don't have the hyperdrive yet. We still need more of the processors, which, interestingly enough, it doesn't give me the blueprint. It just says buy them. Okay. So more chromatic metal, we can make antimatter. And then we have to make the housing, which is oxygen ferrite dust. And this is the actual consumable we need eventually. But I still need 2 more? Two more microprocessors. So that's like 50, 60 something K if I'm going to buy them. Alright. I wasn't sure if these things would actively open up. They don't. So we're just going to leave those alone because I don't want to die. Okay, ship's over there.
Ground protection falling. Units received.
500 units per tree. It's not bad. What we really need are some life forms to scan. Can activate that though. Save beacon. Hey, Camp Sand. Ooh. How you doing? 1,000. Should be able to scan those glowy things in the distance. I believe those are something that we can't harvest yet. I think. Frozen tubers. Oh, we can just get that. All right. Frostwort. That's what it is.
Inventory full.
Full. Ah, all right. Let's see. Oh, that sells for a decent amount. I should just sell that. I guess we'll get rid of this. Okay, launch fuel. Yeah, I can just go back to the station and sell that liver. Let's do that. Let's get the hyperdrive installed before we call it a stream for today. That'll at least set me up for the next major objective I need, which is making the fuel for it. For now, we'll say goodbye to Hostile Blizzard Planet. right in front of the planet where our base is located. Oh, I'm hitting. Yep, asteroids. Oh, the entrance is on, yeah, the other side. Other side of that triangle. Also worth noting, you can get into a fight if you start shooting space stations. I think that usually results in them triggering sentinels to come and mob you. We don't want to do that. Plus, I think it shuts down for access too, so we can't go in there anymore. Alright, we'll go to the merchant terminal, see if we can sell off some of our other stuff. Could have sworn I didn't see that liver thing in the menu, but if we can, then it should get us the last of our things we need. Oh yeah, it's right here. Should have done that outright. Whoops. Alright. What? 2 processors? Is that what I said before?
Product received.
That's a slick looking ship. A bit more of a starfighter type of ship compared to ours. This one looks like a hauler. Alright, so now we got this installed. That's good. Next up, we need to craft the fuel. So we need to go grab more copper, which there's a decent amount of copper veins spawning around the planet where we built our home base. I don't have... Do I have any copper? I don't think so. Oh, I should sell this. Residual goop, which I don't think has any sort of value. Whoa, that's a really cool looking ship too. I don't even... The nose is kind of goofy, but it's got like the little twin pylon things on the side. It's like a Gradius ship. If it had the pointed nose, it'd be a lot cooler looking. And kind of like the TIE Interceptor wings. And it's a very tube looking ship. Sweet. We learned another word. There it is. Alright. I think what we'll do one more quick save at the ship, and then we will call it here. Believe me, if I didn't have stuff to do, I could stream this game for hours. But I do have things I need to do. All right. So take stock. We have proceeded down the path so far, unlocking things. We've got crafting fuel for our hyperdrive is our next major task. Antimatter, and then the actual fuel cells themselves. I will see what I can do offline. There is some lore stuff that we get when we jump systems, but I will think about whether or not it makes sense to hold off till next time or just keep making progress, because, again, want to get to the point where we can start making a lot more money. So I can get a new ship, get a freighter to store the ship, start looking at stuff like that. But not a bad start. Let me go and see. I keep thinking today's Tuesday. Today's Monday. Let me go see who is online that we can raid. Let's see. Spectral Noct is online. They are playing Minecraft? Yeah, looks like Minecraft. We can go raid Noct. So we'll queue that up. Go ahead and turn off the music. Go ahead and mute game audio. We'll go to outro. And we'll call that a stream. Definitely off to a good start. Again, we'll be spending some time in No Man's Sky for a while. Hopefully be able to make some progress and show off some more cool stuff later instead of just doing some grinding. We will be back on Thursday of this week for the next session with SMT5. I did do some grinding already in that, so expect to see some new stuff in SMT5. But in the meantime, thanks again for hanging out today, folks. Hope you all have a good rest of your evening, morning, or whatever it is in your time zone. Now we can go see how Spectral Noct is doing in Minecraft, and I'll catch you folks in the next one.